Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review. I'm here today to talk to you about Injustice, the animated movie. I actually really enjoyed this animated movie. I was actually kind of surprised because I had saw some reviews and there was a lot of people who didn't like it. Mainly the people who love the comic and love the video game. See, I've never played the comic. I mean, I've never played the video game and I never read the comics. So I'm the outsider looking in. And I truly do think that if you're like an outsider who's never played the game or read the comic, you might enjoy this as well. And even if you did, then you might probably enjoy. But I get why so many people who played the game and read the comic don't really like this is because it does try to cram a lot of contents into like a 90-minute movie. Like they try to put all the comic books in there and the video games, and it became kind of clustery a bit. But I think they did do a nice job of leaving some things out and some things in, but this is not a perfect movie. There are some things they could have left out. Two things mainly they could have left out was Deadwing when Nightwing becomes Deadwing, and left out the whole multiverse thing. It would have been a smoother movie without those. It's kind of like if you were to take out the Deadwing thing, then you ain't missing nothing. And when it comes to the whole multiverse thing, it should have been two movies. That's what it really should have been. Two, maybe three. Three's kind of pushing it, but two at the most. Like it really should have been two movies. And then the second movie could have dealt with the whole multiverse thing. Because that was just kind of crammed in at the very end, and it just didn't feel like needed. You know what I'm saying? Like there could have been another way they could have turned him around. And so for the most part, the things that say I didn't like about this, I still hate this form of animation they've taken on ever since the whole New 52 thing ended. I assumed they were going to do the whole rebirth type of comics, but they're not. They're just bouncing around. Sometimes they're doing their own thing, making stuff up. Another time they're adapting stuff. But they adapt things and they use this form of animation that looks like it comes straight from a comic book, old school comic books from the old days. Sharp lines, shaded black black shading, and it looks weird. Like it works in some things and some things it don't. It worked for their Justice Society movie, but it didn't work for say the Long Halloween or that Superman movie, and especially this one. To tell you the truth, I love DC animation movies. I've loved them ever since they first came out. But then once they went to that New 52 thing, that's when things kind of got kind of rocky. There were some movies I liked, some movies I didn't. And since I don't know what really to call this new era, because I call the old ones the classics. I call the New 52, and I guess I can call this Rebirth, even though it's not really that. But I haven't really liked none of the movies. I did not like the Superman one. I did not like the Long Halloween. I did not like that Justice Society movie. But for the most part, I do like this one. But I don't like that form of animation. Another thing that kind of irritated me about this movie when it comes to animation is some of their costumes. Some of their costumes don't really translate well in 2D animation. Take Wonder Woman's pants. Wonder Woman wearing pants works in the video game, and it works in that one live action unaired pilot, which I will be talking about one day in the future. It works there. In 2D animation, it just don't work. You just have to see her legs. It doesn't matter if she's wearing an underwear thing, a skirt, shorts, whatever. You have to see Wonder Woman's legs in 2D animation. It just looks better that way with the boots. When they put the pants on her, that was just kind of bizarrely weird. Another thing that looks very awkward is just Batman. His mask, cowl, and neck piece did not translate well whatsoever in 2D animation. It works for the video game, But it did not work out here. The Joker just looks nasty. That's no way to put it. He does not look nice whatsoever. He looks gross. He looks nasty. He looks gross. His hair looks nasty. Those big shoulder pads look weird, and his face looks so wrinkly and nasty looking. Like, it just no, 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 no. And so, like, but in Nightwing, I did not like his costume whatsoever. When he went to Deadwing, it reminded me of like the old school way he used to look. And the one dead dude, let's see what else. Now, I don't like how they change certain costumes to fit the way, like, what's going on in DC. Superman's costume did not look the same way I remember it from the video game. I remember him having a very unique S shield and like cape, and it didn't look that way when I looked here. Like, it was supposed to be a whole lot different. It looked more like his New 52 costume, which I do love that New 52 costume. Another thing is Harley Quinn. She did not have the look she did from the video games. They gave her more of what she looked like in the New 52 movies and what's been going on with her lately with the pink and blue hair to fit like modern movies and that animated series. So that was quite a bummer. Like, when I looked at Harley Quinn, I'm just like, oh, she looks exactly the same way she did in the New 52 thing. So, like, animation wise, that's what I just didn't like. Another thing I didn't like, they didn't. There's no real character development in some of these people. Like, when Superman loses Lois, because that's what started the whole thing. I was very disappointed they didn't show that iconic scene of Superman's hand through the Joker's chest, like the way it looks in the comic. Like, it's a very distinct look, and it's a very distinct look on Batman's face. He looks shocked and awe. They did not recapture that for the anime movie. They kind of made their own new take on it when he busts his hand through it, and it just didn't look right. There are some things from the comics you just need to pull from the comics. That what makes things look amazing. Let's see. When I would have liked to see Superman and Lois a little bit more together. Like, I know who these characters are, but most people don't. And with them getting married and finna have a kid, you see him all happy and jolly, but I wanted to see a little bit more of that. I wanted to see them together. I wanted to see them like pick out like certain things for like the baby, just to give more like development for that. And then when he loses her, he kind of wavers back and forth. Like, he is turning dark, but then there are times where it seems like he still has that conscience and he's trying to turn back good. But then he sees the Joker teenagers dressed as a Joker, and that just sets him off the way he murders all of them. And what's really strange about that is, like, it was just so like off the wall for him to murder them like that. I get it, he's Dark Superman and stuff like that, but it's just kind of like, it was just weird how that set him off. And of course they called him a fascist and they threw stuff at him, but it was just kind of weird. Like, I wanted a bit more development, you know. I hate how they killed the Flash off really early in this thing. I would assume that if he would have had the Joker toxin and the Scarecrow fear stuff in him, wouldn't he just be able to vibrate and filter that out? But it was kind of lame how he died. But I guess they feel like the Flash is a little too overexposed right now with the TV show. He's had his own animated movies, and also like with the live action movie that's coming out. So maybe they're not really allowed to use him that much. Let's see. What else didn't I like about this? Oh, I didn't understand why some members of the Justice League joined Superman in his villainous, like, territorial, his dictator, totalitarian type ways, you know? Like Wonder Woman, that was very shocking and surprising. Like, it was just like out of the blue, she just like, she joins him, and she's all like, you know, criminals need to be put down, blah blah blah, stuff like that. And it's like, why did she feel that way? Like, there should have been more to that. And then when she found out he killed those kids, then she's all those teenagers. She's all like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that," and blah 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 blah. And she still stuck with him, even though she was upset. Like she figured, okay, maybe he just was a little stressed or something like that. But then when he tried to, I think, kill like other members of the Justice League that didn't follow his direction, that's what turned her against him. And it's just kind of like she just kept like flip flopping. So that wasn't like really good. Also, I don't understand why other members of Justice League went along with him. Now, the part also I don't understand is that when he did start like taking out like all the missiles and the military stuff, nobody tried to stop him in the Justice League. Not even Batman tried to stop him. And they just let him do that. Like they just allow him to be the only, the Justice League be the only military force in the world. And it's just kind of like, why didn't they try to stop him? Then later on, when they see things started to get worse, then some of the people started trying to stop. Mostly the Bat family. I didn't like how Catwoman is the one who destroyed Amazo. Like, come on, man, she ain't got no powers. Yeah, he was knocked all around and frozen and stuff like that, but I just didn't like how she delivered the blow that split him in half. Now the part where what is it, Plastic Man, I liked how he bust him open. That was cool, 'cause at least he has powers and stuff, you know. I already said the whole multi-dimensional thing, that was kind of like just a weird out of place. So was the Nightwing thing. Having Superman trust Ra's al Ghul was just weird. Like, he should have known better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Also with the whole multi-dimensional thing, they bring in a different Lois from another Earth, and she's pregnant. She says she lost to Superman, and he's all like, "All right, fine, like whatever." That talked him out of it, the way he gave up, and he like, "I'll go to prison for however long y'all want me to." And so what doesn't make no sense is that, well, are those two gonna be like together? Is she gonna go back to her world? They didn't really explain. They just ended it with Batman kissing Catwoman and talking about he's gonna work out his relationship with her. So that was just kind of like weird. And one thing I didn't like was some of the voice casts were not very good. I didn't like the voice of Cyborg, and also I didn't understand his motives as to why he joined with Superman. But I do like how Batman implanted a virus in him the first day they met. That was so Batmanish. I did not like the voice of the Joker. I did not like the voice of Hal Jordan. I don't like how Hal Jordan just abandoned Earth. That was just, I don't care what the Guardians say, that was just messed up. This is really gonna pain me right here. The voice of Batman. Now, back in one of my Titans video, I said Anson Mount would be a phenomenal Bruce Wayne Batman. He has the look of Bruce Wayne. He knows how to act. I've seen him act in multiple things. Star Trek Discovery, Urban Legend Final Cut. Like, the dude can act. The dude has that look, and he has grayish dark hair. That's perfect for they want like an older Bruce or whatever. However, his Batman voice in this was not good whatsoever. Like he had a hard time trying to like keep it together, and it just wasn't like dark enough. And so I still think, yes, I stand by what I say, he would make a great live action Bruce, but voice wise, no, he needs to work on his Batman voice. I was very impressed by the action. The action in Long Halloween did not look all that great. It looked like it was like cheap Flash type stuff, like Flash animation. So I was really pleased with the action in this. I didn't mind Damian like killing Nightwing, especially by a freak accident, but the whole like Deadwing thing and him talking to him and taking over his body, that was kind of weird, because that's kind of like what turned him like good. But like what was strange about it was they could have turned Damian back to good without the whole Deadwing thing. So that was just kind of weird. I am glad they got a different voice actor for Damian. I was getting like, this is like one of those times I actually liked him. Like I did not like the New 52 when they made him so like annoying. Other things I liked in this, I like how Batman stepped up, and that was really cool, because it's kind of like, you know, him and Batman and Superman, they just go hand in hand. Where they're good, they're bad, one's good, one bad. But I just felt it kind of weird that Batman didn't go all like the Dark Knight Returns on him with a mech suit and just try to like take him out. But at least he tried to use his brain and try to like do other things. But him using the Phantom Projector to go to different dimensions was a bit rushed. Now, I do like the debate between Superman and Mr. Terrific, and I like the way it was set up with the whole them playing like chess and stuff. It felt very Star Trekky. You know how like a situation's going on, and they're upset, and they're in the shuttle bay and they're clearing for docking, and then they leave and stuff like that, and it reminded me of that. I also liked how even though Mr. Terrific didn't have like much to do, I liked how clever he was, so that was kind of cool. The dude who voices Superman, I was very surprised I liked his voice as Superman. Only because I do not like him as an actor. I liked him in Smallville as Green Arrow, but other than that, when he was in Mistresses, I did not like his acting whatsoever. But he does have that Superman voice. The only problem is that he doesn't sound the way he's drawn, if that makes any sense. Like, you know that one Joker a lot of people don't like from like the Batman with like the long hair and the dreads and stuff like that. Um, Even though people don't like him, he looks the way he's supposed to, or he sounds the way he's supposed to look. I do like how like everybody tried to work together to try to stop Superman, but no matter what they couldn't do. I like the whole team effort thing. That was really great. I liked how when Damian did kill Nightwing, which I don't like him killing Nightwing, but I didn't mind it in this because it's what happens in what I hear what happens in the game or comic or whatever. I liked how Batman turned on Damian because he's tried so hard to make that dude do right, and Damian just wouldn't. And it showed who Bruce really loves. Like he loves the adoptive son more than he does his flesh and blood, because he knows that his flesh and blood is nothing but a murderer and stuff. And so I also liked Catwoman. Catwoman was just cool in this. I don't think they've ever made a terrible animation Catwoman like ever. There's a one thing I think it's called Catwoman Haunted. It's coming out. It looks fun. It sounds fun. I can't wait to see that. Let's see. Plastic Man. I'm surprised I like Plastic Man. I always hated Plastic Man. I've always hated his look. He looks nasty. He looks naked. But this dude was hilarious. Oh, and Arrow. I loved Green Arrow in this. He reminded me so much of what Green Arrow is supposed to be about. He was quirky. He was brave. It's just like, it just sucks that he kept popping in and out the movie, but they needed him when they needed him, so that was kind of cool. They used him wisely. I also love the voice actress of Harley Quinn. She did a great job. She sounded so much like past Harley Quinns. And I was surprised she was able to make her voice that high pitch. Like, that was just kind of like shocking because I've never heard Jillian Jacobs' voice sound like that. So that was like really cool. And so like I also like how the military actually tried to stop Superman. That's something you normally don't really see in animation. But they went all out, man. They tried their best. They went to the extreme of kidnapping his dad and stuff. So all in all, I do think this was a pretty like decent movie. It's not as bad as so many people are saying it. They're saying it because only because they're taking it very prideful. They have a lot of love for the comic. They have a lot of love for the video game, and I totally understand that. That's why Titans pisses me off so much. Because when you see something and love, and it's translating something that's weird and bizarre, you're not gonna like be too thrilled and happy about it. But all in all, this is a pretty decent movie, and I say check it out. Alrighty, well I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.